Good morning, everybody. I know it's early and all you clowns sleep until noon in your parents' house, but welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. I got a special guest this morning. His name is George Burdell. Welcome, buddy. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll dive right into stink blow.
Well, my name's George P. Burdell. The P is very important. Don't forget it. I'm a real estate investor primarily, and I've been watching stock mode for quite some time.
So, how did you first discover stink blow?
Well, I was just looking at different YouTube channels, retail ones, and I like to see like who kind of the bigger ones are. And I noticed that he was pushing this stock called NEO like every day when it was about $40 and $50 a share.
Oh, what's NEO at now, by the way? Let's see. I bet you it's working in the 20s. Actually, I was never really interested in NEO. I remember it was so new when people were first talking about it. Oh, by the way, it's less than $17. $16.92. But to me, it just sounded like another freaking electric hype company that I wasn't even sure was going to survive. So it's Stinkmo was just 100% pumping this?
Oh, yeah. He was saying it would have the same valuation or near the same valuation as Tesla because China is a bigger market. But the problem is, see, with Tesla, you have a share of the company when you buy it. With NEO, it's a bit more clouded. And as a matter of fact, like it's kind of unclear what you really own. And the CCP actually owns 40% of the company. And now, why would the CCP allow, I don't know, their company to be listed on an American stock exchange? Is it to make Americans rich, or is it to rug pull? I mean,
are you saying that's going to happen to Baba and JD and all my beautiful stocks?
They aren't owned 40% by the CCP, but I would not trust Chinese stocks. I'll be honest. But then again, you have a small position. It's not like you're pumping these stocks saying, "Hey, put 30% of your money in it."
Yeah, there's actually, there's legitimate reasons not to buy Chinese stocks. I'm not going to say there aren't, but like you said, for me, it's more of a speculative bet. Like, I would not be 100% China. I actually read this article that, before we get back to Stockmo, there was this kid, he lived in like Egypt or something, and he made this bet on this crypto or something and made a fortune. And then he got lucky again with something else. And I remember at the end of the article, he was saying, oh, now I'm going to bet on NEO and I'm going to make even more money. And I remember I was like, dude, you already have you made $2-3 million gambling. I actually need to go find that article. I was like, why are you gambling again, you freaking clown? And now that I think about it, I think he was buying in the 40s and 50s. So he's definitely selling his butt now.
I gotcha. Yeah. I mean, if you have the money, you've won. What more do you want? Like, just buy VT.
Well, yeah, that's the thing with all these other freaking clowns. And even Stockmo's at that point where he's won. Do you know what he has in his portfolio besides NEO?
He has actually I do. He has there was a video he made a few months ago. It was one of the only times, instead of like usually when a stock goes up, he's like, "Oh, you should buy it." But it was one of the only videos I saw where he was talking about stocks that were down and how you should buy it. And it had Facebook, Skills, PayPal, Lucid, Genie, Futu. And these have all gotten wrecked, obviously. They're all down. Well, Facebook, I guess, is the best one of them. It's only down 40%. But like,
what price was he telling people to buy Facebook at?
It was in October.
Okay, so like, because didn't Facebook dip twice? Weren't there like two big dips, or was it just one?
I mean, it's still in a tailspin. I think it dipped twice because it dipped, and then they said they lost users, so it dipped again.
Yeah, see, stock. I mean, that is pretty surprising because you're right. He normally just talks about stocks after they go up. He's just like that other clown, Keenan Grace. The stock goes up, he talks about it. He looks like a genius because he's basically telling you to buy momentum. Oh, it went up. It's going to keep going up for a little bit. And Obviously, if it goes down, people just seem to forget about it. But yeah, let me check Facebook. I'm not sure it fell twice. Maybe it did. Let's see. But I would not be surprised if he pumped Facebook. And, because a lot of these guys, they think if the stock goes down, oh, it's automatically a buy because it went down, bro. When in reality, you have to actually have some kind of intrinsic value in your mind. And if the
Yeah.
stock doesn't drop to that point or below it, why would you buy it?
Well, that's the thing about these investors. They're not buying on fundamentals or valuations, so they can easily get wrecked, which I mean just happens over and over. Now in a bull market, they're kind of okay, but now that we're in a bear market, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm looking at Facebook. So they had on February 2nd or 3rd, they dropped. They had like a freaking vertical line going down. And then it basically just kind of sold off, pumped up a little bit, and now it sold off again starting on April 19th. So I don't know where the bottom is to Facebook. Facebook's kind of hard to judge, in my opinion, because I don't know how fast their revenue is going to grow, and I don't know what their profit margins are going to be. So we'll have to wait and see. It's probably cheaper than most of these other freaking cloud stocks, but I'm not buying it yet.
Yeah, I'm with you. I can't really judge it. I try to stick to businesses I understand, and big tech is just not one of them. But
yeah. So do you think so Stockmo is also a big Tesla pumper? I remember, did you watch him like way back in the day when he was pumping Tesla?
yeah, I did.
What was he saying? Like, did he have like market cap predictions of where Tesla was going to go?
Um, I don't remember any specific market caps that he said, but he was always saying keep buying, keep buying, keep buying. Like when it was 1,200.
Yeah, he's just like solving the money problem.
Well,
have you seen that guy? So he's this guy in like Australia or New Zealand or something, and he has almost 100% of his or maybe I think he does have 100% of his portfolio in Tesla, and he literally has this T-shirt where he's got like Tesla stock going. He's got like the chart of Tesla, and then on the shirt it has the stock price going like literally freaking vertical. And what he does is, and he's just like Stockmo in this regard. He's got this Patreon where you have to sign up for it in order to get access to his model. So that's how he makes his money. He pushes people to his Patreon so he can show people how Tesla is going to be a $10 trillion company in 10 years or something like that.
I got you. Well, you know what Stockmo reminds me of is have you seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Oh, yeah.
You know where the economics professor is like, and this is the Laffer curve. Can anyone tell me? Anyone? Because every time he says that he's a teacher, that's all I can think about is Bueller.
Yeah, you know what confuses me about Stockmo? Me and like Jay Nagy, we talk about this. What is the appeal of Stockmo? I don't understand. He has no charisma. He's a freaking moron that pumps trash stocks. What is it about him that you think people like and keeps them paying him and subscribing to his channel?
I really can't tell you. I know, like, I watched his channel because even though his financial advice is garbage, it's terrible, it gives great insight to how a retail trader thinks. And that's really the only value that I see in the channel.
Well, there's a lot of examples on YouTube of how the retail trader thinks. I mean, a big one is me, Kevin, who I'll be debating tomorrow, by the way, everybody, on Tesla. But yeah, a lot of examples. But Stockmo, he's older. And what really disturbs me about him, he used to be a financial advisor, or he claims he was. And I can tell you, I used to be one too. I was very briefly a financial advisor. Number one, you're not certified to pick stocks as a financial advisor. When I did my financial advisor training, I did the Series 7, which is like the licensing to be able to sell securities. I did the Series 66. That was the freaking like something about like laws and crap like that. And then I did like a life insurance exam. But nowhere in the Series 7 or any of those exams was anything about stock valuation. All the exams do is teach you the basics of what's a market, what's the NASDAQ, what's this, what's that. And so you have like some kind of financial knowledge. So with Stockmo saying that he was a financial advisor, it really doesn't mean anything. That doesn't qualify you to do crap. At least some of these guys, at least they claim to be freaking ex financial analysts. But a financial advisor doesn't know jack besides how to sell stuff.
Well, you've heard the joke about what does a CPA do after he files for bankruptcy?
Oh.
He becomes a financial advisor.
See, I did it the opposite way because I'm the guy that likes to, sit and work and not talk to anybody. People think I'm like extroverted because I do YouTube. Once
Mhm.
I talk to people for a couple hours, I'm like, just go away. I want to be by myself. But I did financial advisor first because back in the day I was very innocent. I was like, oh, the financial. I can do like I love investing and I love teaching people about finance. Maybe I'll be a financial advisor and I can help the military. And pretty soon I found out that they sell a bunch of overpriced garbage. They don't know what they're talking about, and they just screw their people that are investing with them. And then I quit and went the accounting route. So I definitely did it the opposite way.
No, I got you. And, one of the things about your channel is like I see a lot of people making fun of the fact that you're a CPA, but in the business world, that's like the most respected like thing you can be. I mean, like that's considered like the most honest and the hardest working person in a lot of places. But
Yeah, because the exams are actually hard. Like financial advisor
yeah,
exam, when somebody says they're a financial, I took the Series 7. I blew it out of the water. I only studied for a month and a half, and there was barely any math involved. It was just knowing the basics of finance. The CPA exam, I studied day after day after day, multiple hours a day, and those exams aren't freaking easy. But of course, oh, accountants are boring. They don't understand stocks, blah, 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 blah. It's like, you idiot. We're the most qualified people to look at financial statements, which is what you need to look at in order to understand how a company's doing and potentially where it's going to go. But people don't understand, and that's fine. So I don't really care. So, so Stock Mo. What else can we talk about Stock Mo? Or do you have anything else you want to talk about? Or do you want to move on to? I'm actually interested to hear your thoughts about real estate.
okay. Yeah, let's move on to real estate then.
So tell me, reveal what you want to reveal about yourself. What do you do?
Basically, I'm a property manager. I manage real estate and rental properties, mostly single family homes. Um, that's just what I do. I'm actually at work right now, but
What? What are you doing at work?
I'm a loser.
Well, I can't blame you. So we had tax season till we stopped on the. We actually didn't go till the 18th for our long busy season hours. We actually stopped the Saturday before, so the 16th.
hmm
But before that, yeah, I was at work every Saturday at 7 a.m. And we'd go to like 4 or 5, whatever it freaking took. And then of course the last week of tax season was sucky. So
Yeah.
have you been pretty busy over the last couple of weeks doing stuff for your clients?
Oh yeah. Without a doubt. Like um, I actually got a lot of calls from different CPAs for owners that I manage for, asking about like certain expenses, for so they could fill out their schedulees and all. But yeah, it's a lot of people think that property management is just, oh, how hard can it be? You just sit back and collect the money. But the truth is, like, you get put upon by all sides. Like the tenants complain, the owners complain. And, I mean, you're just kind of like in the middle. But
Yeah. So are you actually preparing the schedulees? Or are you doing or are you just like
um,
giving the CPAs the money or
uh,
the information?
here's kind of how it works. Like I use a program, but I modified the chart of accounts so that when you run a report for the end of the year, it lines up perfectly with Schedule E, like in the same order as the tax form. And so I look at it and see if there's any discrepancies. I mean, as best as I can, so that they can just look at the form and put it in the Schedule E. But
Man, I wish you could help some of our clients. Oh my god. Some of the crap, like I remember I did this one tax return. These people sold this rental property, and I literally just got a stack of freaking receipts and travel and all this crap about that freaking big. And it took me forever to figure out. And everything was mixed up. Like some things you have to capitalize, some things you have to expense. It was just
yeah,
all freaking mixed up. It was a disaster. So I would love to have somebody like you that actually in a decent format.
well, yeah, and it's I know what you're talking about. Like, the tax code doesn't make a lot of sense on rental properties. For instance, like, if you buy an air conditioning unit, it's not going to last 27 and a half years. It'll maybe last 15, but you can't deduct it over 15. You have to deduct it over or amortize it over 27 and a half years.
Yeah,
But
the tax code is extremely complex. Like I just started in tax. I mean, people. I mean, I am a CPA, but I haven't done tax before. But I'm learning a lot about like what goes where, and some of the stuff doesn't make sense, absolutely. But you just got to do what the tax code says. I mean, unless you want to get in trouble with the IRS. So yeah,
yeah.
ACs last 27 and a half years. This that it's like whatever. Oh, hold on. We got an actual CPA here that has been doing taxes. What's the actual? Because like at our firm, when somebody buys an HVAC unit, we actually we depreciate it over 27 and a half years. So I don't know what you do. We'll
Yeah,
see.
I'm interested in what he says because I mean, hey, maybe he can save me some money here.
So do you just expense it? Or what do you depreciate it over? Interesting. Well, while he's waiting or while he's typing his comments, because yeah, in our firm we capitalize it, but I know people get bored with accounting stuff. So let's see this certified CPA accountant. Do you know that what that joke comes from?
Yeah, I do. It's awesome.
So what people don't know is Jeremy Financial. I mean, of course, everybody knows that clown is, but he's a total moron. And he actually had this presentation where he said he's going to have a certified CPA give a presentation about tattoo truckers taint, which number one pisses me off because if you know how to read financial statements, tattoo truckers taint is freaking garbage. But he has his little pet CPA. It's some girl. I don't know if she's like German or something, but she, she's his little minion that talks and pumps Tattooed Chef on their channel. But yeah, she's a certified CPA. So of course I modified that to
Yeah, that what I don't understand about Jeremy is like he never takes into consideration that well the shares might get diluted. And they constantly dilute the shares, and then and every time they do, he's freaking out on the channel about like, why did they do this? Why did they do this? It's because they needed cash.
Well, yeah, it's the same. It's the same with stock, though. Like the guy, oh, I'm a financial advisor. What he does is, and this just blows my mind. All he does is he pulls up analyst projections. That's all he does. And he says, okay, look, Neo could go to this because of this analyst said this, or this analyst said this. So worst case, it could be here, and best case, it's going to go here. So I'm really bullish long run. And I think he did that with, do you remember his workhorse debacle? You know anything about that? Do you know the backstory?
Of stock mode with workhorse specifically, or
Yeah,
with
I mean, because
workhorse?
I know a little bit about. I don't know if you have like some inside his previous.
You're talking about when the entire company was hinging on this long shot where they would get a UPS contract despite the fact they didn't really have the factory.
Oh, so I remember he said he was going to, even if the deal didn't go through, he was going to hold on to Workhorse. And what does he freaking do? As soon as the deal doesn't go through, he freaking sells the stock. And you know what happened? His channel got even bigger. Actually, let me look and see if he has 600,000 subscribers now. See, that's one thing I don't understand is these freaking these guys just screw you over and over and over, and their channels keep growing. Like what's going on here?
Yeah, I have no idea. And another weird thing about stock mode is he's all about EVs like Lucid, Neo, Tesla. But when you look at like what he wears, he actually has a Shelby Mustang hat that he wears.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man. He even has merchandise. And I'll get to the CFA versus CPA thing later on. He actually let's actually go look at his channel. Hey guys, Stockmo here. You know the funny thing is, oh yeah, let me share my screen. I'm actually getting close to him in views, which is freaking hilarious. All right, here. Well, so first let's go look at Workhorse. You guys can see my Robinhood account, how much I've been decimated. I don't care. Laugh all you want. Workhorse. And the funny thing is, so before we get into stock market, this is a quick side thing. I actually went to this Edward
Oh
Jones
wow.
financial advisor, and this was like a year ago. And he actually mentioned Workhorse. And I was like, intriguing. So, he's like, oh, I put a decent amount of my Roth in it, whatever. Then I went and looked at the financials. I was like, what is this? I was like, this is a freaking disaster. So, of course, Workhorse has been annihilated. So let's see the 5-year chart. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of La Tesla. It really does. Because you have these massive freaking run up, and then it's very volatile. And then eventually something happened. I guess was this the deal that fell through February 5th?
That was right during the no, actually that was during the GameStop where there was like kind of a market wide squeeze on heavily shorted stocks, and this was a heavily shorted stock.
Okay, so do you remember when the deal fell through? I mean, maybe it was either
Yeah,
here,
it's there.
July 3rd.
I think it's around that time.
Okay, yeah. So it actually, surprisingly, it didn't sell off that much. I mean, yeah, it dropped by what, 25, 30%, but it actually still rocketed up. But yeah, eventually stocks like this, I mean, people think they're just going to keep going up and up and up. And as you can see, Stink Blow got freaking wrecked. It went from a high of 40 to 61. And ever since if you had bought this stock at IPO, you only be up 36% from 2017. Oh my
Ouch.
God. All right, let's go check out his channel. So the first thing, this is freaking hilarious. So I'm just this tiny little freaking YouTube channel. And so my line's the blue line. I got, 3K, 4K, 5K. And I've been pumping out videos, so my views are going up a little bit. The red is his. Now, of course, he has way more views than I do. But for a channel with almost 600,000 subscribers, like what? He's actually not making that much money. I can tell you. He's probably making, let me see. He probably has, no, he's making a good amount every month. He's probably making, let's see, multiply times 10. He's probably making $6,000 a month on YouTube, $7,000 a month, which is, that's, you can support a family on that. But his real money is the freaking Patreon, which we'll actually go look at in a little bit. Let's see. Have you seen this video here? Who is Stockmo, an investor, teacher? Who cares?
No, I haven't seen that one.
So I actually reacted to this video a long, long time ago. But in the video, he's very manipulative. It's really gross and cringy. But what he does is he's like, yeah, I used to be I'm a financial advisor, and I was a school teacher, and I went to Pennsylvania, the Senate of Pennsylvania, and blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the video, he just tells you to sign up for his freaking Patreon and, give him money, basically. But he's being all super nice throughout the video. I'm such a good person, blah, 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 blah. So, I don't know. He's a freaking disgusting loser.
Well, I mean, that's how these guys operate. They're not really selling financial advice. They're kind of selling themselves. Like, I see people like Stockmo, and I'm just reminded of like every used car salesman ever.
Yeah, I mean, but I just don't get it because he's not charismatic. He's not entertaining. So what is it about this greasy old man that people seem to love so much?
Well, I guess it's to his credit, he did say that Tesla would go up years ago, and that's like his one stock, although that's being kind of annihilated now. But I mean, I guess that's it. He was there saying to buy Tesla before the run up. But
oh, okay. So he's just like every other freaking YouTuber, which obviously I have this.
Yeah, they got that one pick.
Yeah, all these guys, they're all held up by Tesla. I mean, that makes sense actually because Tesla is such a fanatical cult, and people have made so much paper wealth on it that that launched a lot of them. But even his thumbnails are freaking trash. I mean, I'm not saying mine are the best, but oh my God. Let's actually see what stock he's buying.
In the past, we've mostly relied on fundamental information. Now it's really
actually, let's join his channel.
We are going to. Let's do the tip. I'm Stockmo, an old financial advisor and educator. Now I do this YouTube.
See? I'm an old financial advisor. They don't know jack. Okay, let's see what stock he's buying. Tesla cat. Wah, 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 wah. What are you buying, numbnuts? Amazon? AT&T? Oh, see, here he is. Perfect example of what StockMo does. This
You had to say strong buy.
did I not tell you? He just looks at analyst projections. What is he freaking doing here? Okay. So you look and you can see these genius analysts. Oh, they have CFAs. They're so smart. And their lowest price target for Amazon is 2,900. And their highest is 4,600 something. That's pretty freaking nuts when you think about, we're heading into a recession potentially, inflation, people can't afford as much stuff. I mean, I don't think Amazon's going out of business by any stretch, but to go up to $4,600, that's freaking nuts.
Well, and also you had like what was it, like a week or two ago? One of the people on the board of Amazon said that with inflation that they're going to have to change their business model, that they're losing too much money. So
yeah, and to kill inflation, the Fed's going to have to raise interest rates, which there's going to be a temporary slowdown because rates go up, people can't afford to take out as much loans or debt or whatever. So I'm actually really concerned about a big part of the U.S. stock market.
Yeah, me too. And I'm also concerned about the price of real estate because interest rates go up. People have already overpaid for homes, relatively speaking, for a few years ago. But then when interest rates go up, then there's less buyers, and so that kind of devalues the homes. I mean, we'll see. I don't actually know what's going to happen, but
so spitting out my tobacco. Yeah, I 100% agree. Because, I remember I bought my house in June 2020, and it was $254,000. I know I'm revealing so much about myself. And interest rates at that point were super low. And then right after that, my home's value ran up 20-30%. Now it's worth like $300,000 in the span of a year or two. That's crazy freaking growth to me. So I would not be surprised if we have some kind of turnaround because you can't have an increase like that and keep it freaking sustainable,
Absolutely. And another thing you have, especially like in the rental market right now, is you have a lot of people that are becoming first-time landlords that are just overpaying for these investments, but they don't. It's kind of like they don't understand all the risk involved in property management. They don't understand the expenses or vacancy rates or what's really expected. They just assume that there's going to be a constant stream of money like every month, but that's not the case.
Yeah, if you buy I am not a real estate investor by the slightest. I would rather if I want to buy real estate, I'd rather buy a real estate investment trust. Let somebody else handle all the BS. But yeah, if you buy a rental property, you're not going to have people there all the time. You got all sorts of expenses. What if your freaking roof goes out or whatever breaks? I mean, there's just so many freaking risks with rental real estate, especially now. If you're buying a home now when home prices are ridiculous and then, rents start to fall going into the future, you're not going to make as much as you can.
Which is already kind of happening in a lot of areas. You've got more people not paying because we don't have the check anymore, and also the rent rates have gone up. But you're starting to see a much higher turnover rate than you have in several years in own rental properties.
Yeah, and here he is. It looks like he's buying the VU ETF as the S&P 500. And I've been saying this for a long time. I think U.S. stocks are massively overvalued.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And now we're getting to this point where they're starting to sell off. And I think maybe this will be the turning point where international stocks outperform. We'll see. But here he is, of course, not even mentioning international. And he's dollar cost averaging to VU. It's like, wow, good job. You bought VU. What a freaking hero. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Let's see what he has in his descriptions. So you get some free Bitcoin, grifter.
Oh, and by the way, you don't actually get Bitcoin in that promotion because all right, see, here's the thing. The Bitcoin is held by the app because you can't have less than one Bitcoin. So then that defeats the point of even having Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying?
So okay, so do they reward you with $20 of Bitcoin, but you can't sell it? Is that how that works?
Oh no. Okay. It's like this. Bitcoin, when you trade it, strictly speaking, you can't trade less than 1 Bitcoin, right? And if you do, then you have a fractional share of the Bitcoin, but then you're not actually trading the Bitcoin. The app you own is got some Bitcoin, and like you've got a pretend piece of it, but you're not actually trading the Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then that defeats the whole point of Bitcoin, which was to not have a bank, but the app is acting as a bank and holding
I get you.
your
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
it's so decentralized. But he's a shill of Ethereum, isn't he? I don't think he does Bitcoin as much.
I mean, I don't know. All the crypto kind of like I kind of ignore it because of what I said. Like most of the time when people think they own crypto, they don't own crypto. They own like futures of it. Like you use Webull, right? Or Robinhood?
Yeah.
Okay, because like you go on Webull and you don't actually have the crypto that you buy on your phone. You see what I'm saying? They still own it and they operate as a bank, but it's not FDIC insured to trade crypto. So if something happens, then you're just out of luck.
Yeah, so you actually have to have like a wallet. I mean, I don't understand that much about crypto, but don't you have to have a wallet to actually like have the Bitcoin in your possession?
Yeah, exactly. And if you're using like a banking app or the equivalent of one, then that defeats the whole point, which was supposed to be that it was decentralized.
And you can see this is a scam. You can see stink blows pumping a scam on people. Whenever you see 8%
Wow.
APY, 100 times the average national interest rate, that's a scam. There's no freaking way these clowns can earn 8% unless they are investing in the most insanely risky garbage securities you can possibly imagine, or they're just making coins up out of thin air. But yeah,
Which
all
it
these
could
clowns
be because I mean it's not regulated, so I mean it could be because that's what I was saying. It's not like when you on Webull, when you go to the crypto section, it makes this ad that says we're not insured for this or something like that. Do you wish to continue?
Okay, so it looks like one inch. What is this? So apparently you can earn 8.05% on Curve
Oh,
and
man.
1 inch. So let's see if I'm going to put my entire. Let's say I have 500 grand. If I put it in 1 inch, in 2 years I'll have $83,000. So you might as well just plug your entire portfolio into 1 inch because you just collect interest, bro. Oh, this is such a freaking scam. I can't believe this. I like how they show the 2-year interest instead of the 1-year interest. So that's
What's
the first
that
thing.
fine print say there?
Oh, my bad.
No, it's good.
Yeah, it's probably like, oh, you can't use this as this may not happen. Or okay, so here then he pumps Gemini, which crypto is a scam. 8%. Come on. Moo. Okay, that's some new brokerage. Stockmo's Patreon. Let's go look at this. Mo knows money. Buy workhorse and gamble on deals. So okay, you haven't signed up for his Patreon, have you?
No.
Yeah, so here he is. He's got the 5, 10, all the way to 100. So let's see what we get with 100. See if I can zoom in a little bit. This is the ultimate way to show support for my channel and all the work I am putting in. He literally just freaking reads analyst estimates. Wow. Let's see. So Discord benefits, Q&A. Maybe I should sign up for this and just like harass him. Portfolio access, Discord access. So
Well, how does that really differ that much from the others? I guess the Q&A?
Yeah, I don't. Let's see what the $50 one is. Oh, so if you pay $50, you only get Q&A 1 time a month. So if you want to see stink blow in private 2 times a month, you got to pay $50 more bucks a month.
In private, or is that just a video in front of like
I think it's
hundreds of people?
I think it's just it's not in private. That was a I misspoke there, but I think it's probably just a like a group session where you get to like privately ask him, not private, you get to like ask him questions, but I'm sure there's like hundreds of people in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
dude,
I don't know how many he has, but
yeah, it used to show on Patreon how many followers he had, but for some reason I can't see it. Maybe I'll look a little bit more. Okay, $30 one is sold out. Of course, there's so much demand for Stink Blow. See, here you don't get any live Q&A sessions. So, okay.
Yeah, but
Like,
surely
honestly,
he answers questions on the Discord, right? I mean, I would assume. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if I actually could pay $100 to like meet him in person, I would totally do that. Yeah, I don't see goals. I will create another portfolio, whatever. I will see if everybody wants an aggressive, moderate, or conservative one. Yeah, I don't see how many followers he has, but I remember like back in the day, he had a couple thousand. So he's making a freaking fortune off of Patreon. You know, his YouTube earnings, they're fine, but they're not nearly what he's making here. I need to start a Patreon. All right, let's go down a little bit more. So he's got Larry Jones, another clown, and Keenan Grace live stream. Join this channel to get access to perks. Oh, here it is. Oh my God. Supporter. $50 a month. What perks do you get? Only members will be able to chat and ask questions on members only mode during live streams. Jesus Christ. Would you pay $50 for that?
I don't know.
I know it's tempting, but so he's got he's got stock mode supporter. He's got Tesla Cat, which died in an unfortunate anal bleeding accident, and then ultimate supporter of stock mode. God, what a freaking scumbag!
$50.
Let's watch it.
I thought Netflix was too expensive.
Yeah, he's making a fortune. Tip ranks. Cam, get a personalized video message. Oh my God, I might actually do this. $100 for business.
For business,
$2,000. Oh my God. I'm a financial educator of stocks and crypto. Stick around because I think maybe I should sign up for this. I can make some insane freaking personal videos. And he's got 4 reviews. Let's see. Mo is the absolute best. You're amazing. Thank you. Holy freaking crap, man. That is nuts.
So 4 people have paid at least $99 for this.
Hey, that's the easiest $400 anybody ever freaking made.
Yeah.
God. Yeah, I didn't even know he had half this crap in his freaking his screen. Crypto or his videos. He's got some merchandise. Let's see this.
Oh, this is great.
Is this not the stupidest looking hat you've ever seen?
Yeah, it's
wow.
It's if Hunter S. Thompson was was stock mode.
One of Mo's favorite pastimes is fishing after he steals your money. He loves wearing bucket hats. This is his favorite item from the store. Oh, he's got more. Let's see. Mo knows money. That is the sexiest shirt I have ever seen in my life.
And check out how many sizes he has it in. Like, that's pretty impressive. I wonder how many of these he has sitting around.
Yeah, so I think with this, this is Creator. So I actually used Teespring. I actually made a mug of Meet Kevin with like a clown nose, but then I got rid of it because I didn't want to get sued. But they actually do everything for you. So you literally, it takes...
Oh, okay. So it's by order.
Yeah, it takes 10 minutes to set it up. So you get a freaking picture, you post it on their template, and then boom, now you're selling it. Like it's as easy as that. And I think once you get 10,000 subscribers, you could actually get like a personalized link or some kind of plug-in to your YouTube channel. So
I
like
got you.
this was not hard for him to make. This is not. This
Yeah.
is like the easiest way to make money ever in the freaking history of humankind.
So you paid like some graphic designer $40 and then slap the logo on there.
Yeah, that's all you have to do. Let's see. Let's get out there and make some money. Yeah, these these are not even good designs. You would think with the amount of money he freaking makes, he could actually make some decent products, but I guess not. Jesus Christ. All right, let's see if there's anything else, and then we can move on to something else. Take advantage of the links. Add my soul. He's a Twitter. Wonder what he's been posting lately. Oh, God. Let's see. Got recognized by the Wall Street Journal as well. Let's go. He got recognized by the Wall Street Journal? No freaking way. You know how disturbed I would be if they actually mentioned him?
Well, if you look at the article that is linking there, it starts off at the top. It says successful investors diversify their portfolio as much as possible.
Well, as long as you have like 3 or 4 high growth future stocks, that's diversification at its finest. Mark Brookshire. He's got to be somewhere in here. I don't know why he would freaking link this if he didn't get mentioned. Oh well. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of these financial, like newspapers, stuff like that, they'll recognize anybody as long as they have a big enough following. So even a freaking disgusting scumbag like Stockmo, I'm sure he gets mentioned somewhere. Let's see.
Oh, that's a thing he always says too. Sometimes like a stock goes down and he claims that it was just on paper. But meanwhile, he was saying that he was buying it.
Yeah, I mean, technically he's correct. Like if the stock goes down, you don't sell it, you don't lose money. But when it came to Workhorse, he probably sold at a massive freaking loss.
Well, you lose the time value of money.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that it's not technically a loss like on your taxes or whatever, but I mean, when you go from what was Workhorse like 44 to 3?
Yeah, that's pretty freaking brutal. Diving into stock, but the more you dive into this clown, the more you freaking just get disgusted by how much crap he does. Okay, let me stop sharing my. Okay, boom. Now we're back. We can see our handsome faces better. All right, real quick, I want to go back to that CPA versus CFA thing. Where is that? CPAs are garbage.
That's cool.
No, okay. So there's the CFA, the Chartered Financial Analyst, and I think you have to take 3 tests to become one of those. That's pretty difficult as well. But what I don't understand about CFA, like the CFA versus CPA argument, CFA, they probably have a great, understanding of financial statements. But I think a CPA is going to have even better because they deal with them day to day to day. That's what they freaking do. So that's the first thing. And then with the CFA, I mean, when you're buying stocks, it's all about predicting the future. That's all it is. So even if you have 1,000 different licenses, at the end of the day, it's all about what assumptions are you using and are they reasonable? Because you could have every license in the world, but if you're saying Tesla is going to grow at 50% compounded for the next 5 years, you're an idiot. It doesn't matter how many freaking it doesn't matter how many freaking licenses you have. So, Brooklyn, he changed his name. Brooklyn Stop and Pokey Shop. I bet you're getting poked in the rear end, aren't you, boy? What happened? Kevin didn't F with you no more.
Wait,
tomorrow. You see, I know you're jealous because I get people on my channel that you can only dream of having. But whatever.
What's a Poke Shop? Is he selling Pokemon cards or?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, this guy is
there's money in it.
See, he's such a desperate little bussy. He always comes on my channel and he's like, oh, when I first when he first messaged me, he's like, "Oh, strong man, can you please collaborate with me? Please, I really want you on my channel." Oh, and I looked at his channel. It's like a bunch of penny stocks. It's like, yeah, you're a freaking loser.
And why has he got a Nationals hat if he lives in in Brooklyn.
I don't know. Maybe you can
I'm
answer
a
that.
Braves fan, so I mean,
Let's see. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because like there's different, like the tax code is so freaking complex. I need like a guide that tells me if somebody buys this, this is the depreciation.
so
But yeah, I
it's,
think if you like stick like one of those ACs on the wall, that might be different. But like an actual HVAC that's like connected to the structure,
yeah,
that's what you depreciate over 27 and a half years.
and I would agree with him that it's a window unit would be equipment.
Mm. Yeah, I see what he was saying. Yeah. Guys, if you want to be a CPA and do taxes, good luck. It's a freaking pain in the butt. Strange that all these YouTubers push complete trash are still growing. I really question what's going on. Honestly, it's got to just be the YouTube algorithm. And I'm honestly concerned because for my channel's future, at least, because what I do is I bash all these people. And once my channel gets big enough, I don't think YouTube's going to like that. So, they could potentially shadow ban me or whatever, but we'll see what happens. I lost my butt following Stock Mo. He literally lost his butt. It's like on the ground somewhere. Especially with Neo. He tricked me to think he was a financial advisor. I mean, he probably was a financial advisor, but that doesn't qualify you to pick stocks. I was one. Back then, I didn't know how to value a stock. Okay. I learned how to value stocks using my accounting knowledge and, doing some self-study. But financial advisors, they don't know jack. They just know how to sell you garbage.
Yeah, and it's like this guy Amuma 3. I mean, this is an innocent guy that lost a lot of money because of these YouTube channels. People I've seen say like, "Hey, why are you going after him?" It's because, well, he ruins lives like this.
Yeah, see, because YouTube is complicit. That'd be funny if they like deleted my channel after I say this, but they're actually complicit in all this. Like they're freaking responsible for what's going on, or at least partially, because they don't care what these YouTubers say. The only thing they care about is, are they getting views and are they making YouTube money? That's all they freaking care about. And it's actually kind of disgusting because Google's all about our alphabet. They're all about, being, liberal and amazing. And, they want to, help people, stuff like that. And then they have this crap on YouTube where these freaking fraudsters are pumping all this garbage and screwing people over. It's ridiculous. Let's see. Ryan Scribner exposed some of these YouTubers when he admitted he was paid to endorse very good food company. Are investing the capital from paid endorsements. Yeah. And I can tell you, I'm a small channel, but even I'm starting to get emails now I got an email from Webull, this, that, the other. You can get paid a lot of money to pump these stocks. I'm not saying Stockmo's doing this. I wouldn't be surprised if it was, but it's highly possible that he's collecting a fortune from sponsorships.
Well, cryptos is another one you can get. That's even more scam heavy because it's not regulated.
You said crypto?
Yeah.
Cryptos. The only thing you have to look at is the interest rates right off the bat. 100% scam. There's no doubt in my mind. But whatever. I'm just a moron. I don't know. I don't understand crypto, bro. Oh. YouTube growth estimates. Every baby coming out of the womb for the next 10 years will buy a Tesla. You know what I would do to my son if he bought a Tesla? Do you even want to imagine what I would do to him? It would not be pretty. Oh my God. Okay, this is a good comment here. Advisor's job is to push funds. They will get kickbacks when you enter the fund. Every quarter you stay in the fund. 100% true.
Yes.
So when I was a financial advisor, just like Stockmo, Mr. Genius, every time somebody buys into one of those funds, you have A shares, which you pay an upfront fee up to 5.75% of your initial investment, or they have like C shares where you pay a higher annual fee. So those advisors, they want to push you into the fund because they get a cut. And then every quarter they collect 12B1 fees. So all the time they're just making a fortune. And eventually an advisor, their ultimate goal is to get a ton of assets under management. And they're not actually managing the money. It's You know, they probably give it to their home office to manage it. And they literally just sit back and collect tens of thousands of dollars in advisor fees. And they don't have to do anything. They just have to convince you to stay invested. It's a disgusting scam. But yeah, he was a financial advisor. He's a freaking genius. Whatever. All right. Any more interesting comments?
Let's see.
Strong, can you do a video on the ethics of landlords? They are parasites that contribute nothing. What are your thoughts on that, Mr. Real Estate?
Well, you know what? It's kind of like this. There are bad landlords, but a lot of people rent because they don't have good credit, and I take great pride in providing them a nice place to stay. That's it. And, you know, I have standards where I keep my properties up to, in good condition, because basically I understand that their biggest bill in a month is rent, and they deserve good service.
So you're telling me you're a parasite?
Yeah. Pretty much.
I don't get the landlord tenant disagree. Like if you're a tenant and you don't like being in a rental, which I hated renting, because I was always stressed because every time I left a rental apartment, I was like, oh my God, they're going to find something to bill me $1,000 billion freaking dollars. Like I nicked the wall or $10,000. If you don't like it, make some more freaking money, whatever you got to do. Go hustle, which I do. That's how I make more money to support my family. Go freaking buy a house, loser. You know, you don't want to freaking, if you don't like it, buy a house and you'll never have to worry about that again.
Well, I mean, 2 years ago, that was a lot more viable, but right now with the home prices, it's really hard to buy a home. Every day at my work, I get dozens of calls of people saying like, "Hey, you got to help me out. I'm about to be homeless because I sold my home and I can't find anywhere to move, or my lease is almost up and there's nowhere to move to." Because the housing market has gotten really tight ever since the pandemic started.
Yeah, I mean, there are going to be points in time where it's going to be harder to buy a home, but
yeah,
the market's cyclical. I mean, you're eventually, if you don't like renting and you don't like having a landlord, you can eventually find a time to buy a home. And like what I did,
if you build credit, yeah.
I mean, I bought a very small 3-bedroom townhouse, not expensive. And I plan to stay here forever, even if I make a fortune doing other things. Sometimes you have to compromise. Like, you may want a big house and you want to be waiting and you're waiting for it. But if you can't afford it, sorry, you got to buy something smaller.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the things about your channel is you're always promoting people should live below their means and use the extra money to invest. And that's in stark contrast to, like, say, Jeremy or Mo, who just make it seem like, oh yeah, you should like buy all these nice things.
Oh yeah, I mean, with the imagery they have, like Jeremy, he's got his freaking Teslas in the background of half of his videos.
Yeah,
and you see his ads, and they're all about like flashy cars and getting rich quick. It's a freaking scam,
Or
like,
Brooklyn with the watch.
Oh yeah. Is that where he's holding the watch like this?
Yeah.
Like, that was the best thing I ever saw in my life.
What type of person spends 15 grand? Like, I don't get it. But
I mean, I could, like, I have the money to buy a watch like that, but I'd rather own the Vanguard Total World Stock Market Index ETF.
Exactly.
And own every company in the world instead of buying a stupid watch. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Freaking morons.
What do you want to do? Retire comfortably?
No, that's boring. I want to get rich and retire when I'm 33. I mean, I got like 6 months to do that. This guy just mad because his landlord makes him pay rent. You don't make me pay rent. That's not fair.
Well, and too, like one thing about landlords that most people don't understand is most are not making that much money after they pay the mortgage, the taxes, and the insurance. Like, they put some money aside in case there's a repair. But the way you make money long term is that the property appreciates and goes up in value. Yeah, I'm not saying that there's no profit margin, but it's just a lot lower than people realize.
Yeah, there's a lot of channels on YouTube that talk about real estate investing, and everybody's like, "Oh, all you got to do is just buy a home and rent it. It's that easy." And I was looking
Yeah.
at the numbers. I was like, no, this sucks. I'm not doing this. This is
Well,
too much work and it doesn't pay that much.
well, and too, like on those real estate channels, I've never seen like the channels actually talk about what's the hardest, and that's dealing with subcontractors and making sure you don't get ripped off. I mean, there's a real sharp learning curve right there. And let's see, 100% right. Oh, thank you, man.
But he's only a CPA, so he's. You rather have a financial advisor give you a compliment, right?
Thanks,
And
Angela.
another thing with real estate, you guys don't realize is your tax bill goes up because your tax filing bill. Because if you own a
Yes.
bunch of rental properties, it takes so much time, unless you're like super organized, to put all that crap into the system. You know, like I said, that family that gave me that huge stack of freaking paperwork, that's just another expense they have because I had to spend hours going through it and organizing and sorting it. So your cost of filing taxes go up massively.
Yeah. There's a tip I'd like to share on how to get started, like on being a landlord. I haven't seen this on any YouTube channel. But do you know what HUD homes are?
I think housing and urban, aren't they like low income homes or something like that?
Kind of. But basically, when a home goes into foreclosure and they have it, they're not really looking to make a profit. They're just trying to get the money back. So if you have a VA loan or something that gets foreclosed on, then you can actually go to this website, HUD Homes for Sale or something like that, and you can buy it. Now, what happens is investors tend to buy cash a lot of these, but for the first 14 days that they're for sale on the website, they're only for sale for owner occupants. So this is what I did. I would buy a house and be an owner occupant, live there a year and a day after taking a loan on the house to fix it up, and then find another HUD home and bid on it as owner occupant and rent out the last house. So every year I just moved to a new house.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to disclose, how many rental properties do you have?
I manage about 1,100 units, but I manage for other people as well.
How do you manage 11? Are you by yourself or do you have like a staff?
No, there's a staff.
I was like, how are you doing that?
No, it's a staff.
Okay, I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, there's no way you're doing that. I charge 75 per Schedule E. Man, if you had saw the one I was working on, you would charge like $10,000.
But yeah, the HUD homes are not necessarily low income. Just look it up in your area, and you can see what I'm talking about. Where, like I said, the first 14 days it's owner occupant only. Now, some people say, well, how do they know if I live there or not? Well, it's a federal agency, and so if you don't live there and they investigate, I mean, it's a federal offense. The government is real particular about their money.
Yeah, I would never tell people to do anything stupid like that where they could potentially get in trouble. But as long as you follow the law, I mean,
yeah,
I don't see the problem. All right. Any last interesting comments? We'll probably shut it down because I want to go drink more coffee. And then maybe I'll do more videos today if I have time. You have any last words or thoughts about stink blow or rentals or anything?
Yeah. Maybe I should just start shorting his positions. Like that's I mean, some of these are just bad, but with rentals, it's a long-term game. I'm glad the CPA recognizes that the net profit's pretty low because it's hard work and not a lot of reward, it seems.
Yeah, the guy in the comments has been doing taxes for a lot longer than I have. I mean, I've only did it for one busy season, but it does seem like you don't make a lot of money. And then you can see all the expenses the landlords have. Like they're dumping $7K, $8K, $10K into freaking repairing stuff.
Yeah,
it's nuts. It's nuts. So I would not.
And you can't actually, like, if you get a new roof, you can't just deduct it. It's got to be over 27 and a half years. And, that's what, $10,000. Ouch.
Yeah. It's funny if you like type it into the software. It's It's like, oh, I have this $10,000 bill, and then it's like, oh, you can depreciate $50 this year.
Yeah. Ouch.
Woo! Stepped up tax basis. You talking about when you die or inherit money or inherit property? Yeah, when inherited property has a stepped up tax basis. So let's say you have a stock and you die and you give it to your children. Well, the basis of that stock, basically the cost of the stock, it's stepped up and it's now the fair market value on the date of death. And there's like an alternative system you can use, but basically when you inherit stuff, everything gets stepped up, which is a huge freaking benefit. So you can actually pass stuff on to your kids. But I'm a dick. I'll probably just give all my stuff to charity when I die. We'll see. All right. Any last questions, anybody, for our handsome guest here? Strong man. Does that look like me?
Yeah, I can see a resemblance.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, man. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Hope you learned something. Stockmo's an idiot. Rental property is not profitable. And good luck managing 1,100 clients.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, man. Have fun working.
Will do.
Bye.